Howdy, folks! How are y'all doing? Cub here, and welcome back to another episode of our Tekkit Legends Let's Play Adventure, and we are in a brand new area for this episode. That is right. In the first, I guess, official December episode, we have moved out of the lovely Christmas space, which is so beautiful, and back into just the rundown halls. And the reason is we need to look at some barrels. Now, I haven't done an episode spotlight sort of thing in this series yet. Everything has pretty much been working toward a goal. We build a steam engine because we need power, and we build a bunch of other stuff from different mods to support that steam engine. But this episode, well, I mean, it's a silly problem, really, and it's one that I should have thought about a long time ago. We're running out of space. We filled so many barrels with these things that don't have an EMC value for whatever reason, and this chest keeps getting full of them. I need more space to store them. And I'm like, okay, we'll build some better barrels. And then I got into Jabba barrels. I'm like, there's so many cool things in this mod. Let's just do them all. So we're gonna do a Jabba barrels spotlight video in Tekkit Legends. Now, if you just happened across this video, and you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, I just want to know about barrels. I don't know jack about Tekkit Legends. Well, that's fine. You don't need to, because this is going to be strictly Jabba barrels. The only things we're going to use from other mods is the transmutation table to get items, and the project table to build them in. No matter what other mod pack you're working in, Jabba barrels, I should say, will work exactly the same. Now, I've gone ahead and looked up at Jabba, and as you can see, there's not a whole lot to this mod. Once you get past the better barrel, there's just not a whole lot to it. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to build pretty much everything you see here and fiddle with it today, and it's going to be a lot of fun. The only thing we're not going to build, and it's going to be the first thing that we cover, is the void upgrade. Because all it does is deletes excess items added once the barrel is full. So once you get 64 stacks of a single item, or 64 stacks of 64 of a single, you know how barrels work, you know how it is. Once you get that, any excess is deleted. It's not really something we're going to demo. It's not really something we're going to build. It's a basic recipe. It's pistons. It's obsidian. It's there if for some reason you need that functionality, I guess. It's not really something we're going to build, though. It's kind of wasteful. We are going to be looking at a whole bunch of other things, and what we're going to start with is dollies. Dollies are really great because they allow you to move barrels that are already full, and of course, I've built this little barrel area. We're going to move our barrels from over there to over here. I could empty them and move them with, oh, it's such a pain. We're going to go ahead and we're going to build a dolly. Now, there's two different dollies you'll see. We have the standard and the diamond dolly. Really, the only advantages to the diamond dolly is that you can move monster spawners with it, which is cool, but also unnecessary. We don't really need that, do we? Do we need that? I mean, if you take a look here, you'll see that we do have a stack of diamonds, because I did earlier have 2 million EMC. I used some of it to get a stack of diamonds, which is wasteful. Building a diamond dolly is also wasteful, but we've done it. So we're gonna start off our episode with our diamond dolly here. All you gotta do is come over here, right click. Ugh. Now, you'll notice this applies some slowness and some mining fatigue, so you can't really do a lot until you get rid of this barrel full of stuff you're carrying around. Now, I don't really intend to leave the things over here, but for the sake of this video, that's how it works, and we'll move the other ones over here, and we'll get them moved into place here in a bit. Next up, what we're going to look at, I guess we can go ahead and build all the utility items first. These are just some useful things to have if you're getting into barrels. First off, a good hammer, and there's a bunch of different hammers here. The barrel hammer is the one you're going to want to build, and all of these other ones are made by just shift right clicking the barrel hammer. So iron, sticks, super basic. Oh no, look at all these diamonds. Oh, it's too many diamonds. That's the problem we're having right now. So we will build our hammer. Check that out. Awesome. Now the hammer, it does have an EMC value, and I do think it has a durability, so we're going to go ahead and make sure we can get more later if we need to. And while I'm on, let's go ahead and get another. I don't know if we're going to need another diamond dolly anytime soon, but I do think it takes damage if you try to move monster spawners with it, so it might be a good idea to have that stored in our transmutation table for later. But the better barrel allows you to remove the upgrades from the barrel once you've applied them, so that's going to come in handy here in a bit. And with that out of the way, we should go ahead and probably talk about structural upgrades. So if you look over here, you'll see we got a lot of cool stuff. We got storage upgrades, we've got the BS space upgrade, the redstone upgrade, the hopper upgrade. All of these things require what is called a upgrade slot, if you will. And right now our barrels don't have any. So what we have to do is we have to upgrade them structurally. Now, this one here is going to be the first one you want to build. And in fact, I think we probably have everything we need for it. And it's now that I think about it, we need more fences than this. We might as well go ahead and grab a stack of fences. And I was hoping that I had everything ready down here for when we started the episode, but I guess I was wrong. So as you can see, very basic recipe. You get yourself an upgrade. You'll notice that the EMC doesn't stack quite correctly with these, because you go to 2, made of iron, gold, diamonds, and then it just drops off because this one's made of obsidian. You do have to apply these in order, though. You do have to apply a first one and then a second one, a third one. As you see, they get more and more slots as you progress. Right now, I think for the first thing we're going to look at, a structural upgrade Mark 1 is all we're going to need. We're going to go ahead and grab a stack of those. Awesome. Some of these upgrades, if we take a look here, see slots used as 1, so it only needs 1 upgrade slot. 1 for the hopper upgrade. Something like a BS space upgrade requires 2. But the closest thing we have to 2 is if we jump up to 3 from structural upgrade MK1, which is iron. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to make one of those as well, because we will need one here in a bit. I think the recipe is similar to what we just did. Oh man, I'm so far off. Okay. There we go. Upgrade 2, and again, we'll teach it to the system. We'll grab a stack of them. So now I have pretty much all these that we need. And the stack here is only 16. You can only stack up to 16 of them. To apply them to a barrel, we'll walk over here and we just shift right click, and boom, you see it's applied up there in the top corner. You see 1, and over here you see how many upgrades are left. 1. Now this only works if you're looking at it with something like a structural upgrade. If you look at it with just an item, those don't appear. So they don't clutter up your barrels unless you're looking at them with a particular item. To apply a level 2 one, same deal, shift right click level 1 and then level 2. There you go. If you try to do straight to level 2, you at least need an upgrade Mark 1 to apply this. So now I have 1 better barrel with 1 upgrade slot and 1 with 3 upgrade slots. What are we going to do with them? Well, let's take a look at our upgrades. And while we're here, we might as well go ahead and build all 3 of them while I'm thinking about it. Today, we're going to look at the BS space upgrade, the redstone upgrade, and the hopper upgrade. The only other ones that are really here is the void upgrade. We already talked about that. Oh, and of course, storage upgrades, which we're going to look at later because that's sort of what we really need. But some of these are really cool, so let's take a look at them. You got pistons, you got block of redstone. Simple enough. We've got blocks of redstone and we've got pistons. And again, thanks to our wonderful crew who put this pack together over at the Tekkit launcher, all of these items have an EMC value. So you can teach them if you're playing in anything with, I guess just Tekkit Legends or anything else with Project E, you should be able to apply. You should be able to throw them in there. They have an EMC value. You can get more if you need them. Same thing here, shift right click. As you can see, it took our upgrade slot, but it does currently have that redstone upgrade in there. And if we look at it with a particular item, look at that. Down there in the corner, it says, yep, you've got a redstone upgrade. So the idea here is it'll send out a redstone signal, but how does that work? Well, in order to actually get that redstone signal out of there, we need to build a facade. So a facade works in tandem with your upgrades. Boom. You get 4 of them, which is pretty nice. We don't really need 4 of them, though. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw 3 of them in here. We'll hang on to our 1. Now, this is where you put this on the side of the barrel that you want the signal to come out of. In this case, I've already got a line of redstone back here, so we'll go ahead and throw it down. Plop. And now we can get out our hammer, and this is where the hammer starts to come into play. Not only can you use it to remove that upgrade, like that, you can also use it to change the upgrade, okay? So, let's see, I think we have to set it to just the right version. So you hold down shift or right click, begins to glow red. I think this is the one that we want. Oh, you know what? We should probably put our upgrade back on there. Didn't realize we'd stored our upgrade in here. Shift right click it back down. Maybe we didn't have to change. Nah, like we don't have to change it. We can put it back to wherever the default was. Ah, there we go. Returns to normal. Yeah, it doesn't matter what version you have it in. So up here in the corner, you'll see an arrow pointing up, down, and then you get this odd little graph. This changes how the redstone signal reacts. So right now, with that arrow pointing straight up, this chest will only emit a redstone signal if it is full. Tap it once with your hammer, it'll face down, and it'll emit a redstone signal because it is empty. Put an item in there, boom, shuts off. Pretty cool. Now, the other option here was this graph. This will put out a redstone signal based on how many items are in there. So the fuller it gets, the higher the redstone signal. Put 1 item in there and you see it's putting out 1 power. Let's say we put a stack of items in there. Let's just grab, oh, I don't know, a stack of glowstone. We'll get out that, there we go, put in a stack of glowstone. This is still only putting out 1, but if we put in more than 1 stack of glowstone, oh heck, let's just go all out, shall we? We've got the EMC. Put it all back later. 13 stacks, look at that, sending out more signal. So that can be useful, I guess, in some instances. I don't know what you would do with that. I'm no redstone genius, but if you are, that can be useful, I suppose. if you know of something useful you can do with it, let me know. But that's the redstone upgrade. It's pretty cool for you redstone heads out there. Next up, we're going to take a look at the hopper. The hopper's pretty cool too. Pistons in a hopper, very simple recipe. We'll throw our hopper in the middle, add our pistons to either side. Where'd our pistons go? Here they are. And that'll give us our piston upgrade. And once again, we can teach it to the system, pull it back out. Awesome, we've got that. And once again, we're also going to have a hopper facade. Pretty much the same recipe as last time. Just surround it with some blocks of wood. And there you go, we got our hopper facade. Well, I'm going to use 2 of these for this demonstration. We'll go ahead and add 2 of them back into here though. And do we have any chests? We do. We'll grab a couple of chests and we'll take them over to this one here. So, same deal as last time, except this time, doesn't this require... No, it only requires 1 upgrade slot, so we can do this pretty simply. Apply the upgrade. Boom, it's in there. And now we're going to place these to either side. And you'll see these 2 have little arrows that face up and down. Okay, we've got our little slots in there. Now, the arrow this time determines what happens to items. Obviously, you can funnel items into here just using a hopper, or I think you can even just pipe items straight in. But now you can have it pull items out of an inventory by changing the direction that arrow faces. So right now, I think with the arrow facing up, that means it'll take items in. Nope, that means it'll not take items in. That'll put items out. So if we tap it with our hammer, it goes down. And there you go. It's starting to pull out. Ah, but they're not appearing in the barrel. Why? Because it's automatically putting them out over there. To change that, just tap over here. And there you go. It starts storing them inside the barrel. So that's our barrel upgrade with the facade. You just tap it with the hammer to dictate what you want it to do. And I guess arrow facing downward means pull items in, which it is doing. Arrow facing upward, we'll click over here to change it. We'll output items. Ah, there you go. So you can do a lot of cool storage automation with these. They're pretty nifty. Next up on the list of upgrades to look at, and really the only upgrade we haven't looked at yet, aside from the creative upgrade, allows for infinite withdrawals from a barrel. That can't actually build that. It's a creative item. And the void, which is blech. We have one that's pretty cool. It's the BS space upgrade, which requires an ender chest. And in fact, I think it's the most expensive of the upgrades. No, actually, I guess it's not. Oh wait, yeah, it is. Yeah, totally is. We'll go ahead and build one of those. I just so happen to have everything we need down here for a ender chest, which I don't even remember what the recipe is. I don't think we've built one yet this series. So we'll go ahead and we'll hop down here and we'll build one. I say we'll hop down here and we'll build one. You see, a lot of people keep telling me why these recipes don't work. They give me all kinds of suggestions, like, oh, sometimes the batteries have different, and the numbers, and they're different. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that. But sometimes you have a recipe like this, and I guess wool is the only off thing on this. We don't have regular wool. We've got brown wool. You're going to tell me it's going to be that picky? I guess it is. It's fine, though. We'll build it ourselves. I've got the know-how, he said, hopefully. I've already messed up, haven't I? There we go. No, look at this. Haha! Ender chest. Excellent. We might need more of those later. So we'll get our ender chest, get back down here and clear all of these things out. And apparently, there's a button that I can press that'll immediately empty everything from the project table. I don't know where that button is or which button. I've already forgotten. Shout it out in the comments again if you know, though. Alright, we'll go back to Jaba. There we go. And we've got our storage upgrade. So, just like all the other upgrades, just pistons. There you go. Now, we're actually going to need 2 of these. So, we'll hop up here. We'll grab another one. Now, what does this do? Well, it's kind of peculiar. And in order to actually get it working, we're going to have a B-space tuning fork. Want to get these things correct here. So the tuning fork looks a bit like... Is this what it looks like? This is about what it looks like. There we go. Now, the only way I know how to describe this is, well, you know what? It's an ender chest for barrels. That's exactly what it is. So it connects 2 barrels, but it doesn't double the inventory. It just mimics the inventory of one barrel to another, just like an ender chest, which could be cool. So we're gonna go ahead and apply this one. This is, I think, is the only one that requires 2 upgrade slots. So we're gonna have to go to level 1 on both of these chests, and then level 2 again on both of these chests. Apply our upgrades, and now we need to tune them together using the magic tuning fork. Don't go inside there. Shift right click. The fork starts resonating. Oh, magical. Right click over here. Barrels are resonating together, and now if we throw our barrel in there, or our fork in there, you can see it's duplicated across both barrels. Nifty, eh? Is it useful? I don't know. I guess if you have like a quarry in the nether, and you're having items pumped into one barrel here, you can then pump them out of another barrel in the regular world. That would actually be pretty useful, I suppose. But there's that, and the only other upgrade that we haven't looked at yet is going to be the space upgrade. So we can upgrade these using these storage upgrades, which is just a barrel with a couple of pistons. You guys should be starting to see like a pattern here with these upgrades. They use a lot of pistons. Why? I don't know. I guess they just really like pistons. So we got our 1 storage upgrade. We can get more of those, and in fact we better get more of them, because what we're gonna have to do with these is stack them together. I think with, is it just 3 of them together? It is, and that'll give us a 3. Awesome, and we'll do that with all of these. Awesome, that'll give us our 3 upgrade. So that's going to allow us to have 3 more slots, increase the storage capacity by 192 stacks, but it uses 3 slots. So if we upgrade one of these, we'll say this chest down here, with level 1, level 2, we can apply this upgrade, and boom, it's now set to store a heck of a lot of items, 256 stacks. But what if we want more? Well, if we want more, we have to build the higher end structural upgrades. So for instance, we could go to gold, we could go to diamond, obsidian, and we can just completely like expand that crazy amounts. The only one we can't build is going to be the 243 because it's only accessible in creative mode. You can't get to 81 though. It's just it's the same recipe we just did. So it's that, and then 3, and then 3, and then 3, and then 3. And for this one, you're gonna have 81 upgrades, which you can only really get if you go with the structural upgrade 8. I have to actually, 7. It's 7, like episode 7. That's a 5, and then 6, and then 7. I know my Roman numerals. It's been a long day, folks. That's the problem here. So, it might not seem that expensive. You know, it's only 65,000 EMC, but, you do have to remember, it does all stack, so you also have to build the diamond one and apply the obsidian. You have to go up, so it does get really expensive. And then, do you really need 5,184 slots or stacks of items in a single barrel? That seems a bit extreme. I think we've got pretty much what we need over here. Now, the only question I can think of is, do you have to have an empty barrel to apply any of these upgrades? That's an excellent question. I really don't know. I've never tried. Let's go ahead and give that a shot. So go ahead and we'll grab our structural upgrade 2 and our, let's just type in MK. That'll give us exactly what we're looking for. So we've got a barrel here that's already got stuff in it. And look at that. You can add after the fact these upgrades. Okay, and now I can stick more marble in there. I wonder if, oh, you know what this means, don't you? Finally, this should probably be almost full again. Oh, it is full. It's gonna start throwing stuff out on the ground here in no time flat. But if we go ahead and we upgrade this, amazing. I can start taking items out of here and throw them in here. And once I get that full, oh, I guess I could just move them both now and do this transfer over there. But there you go, folks. That's been my spotlight on Java barrels. I realize it's probably not the most amazing spotlight ever made. I'm not really good at spotlights, and it's probably not the best episode of Tekkit Legends ever made, because it's not really what we do here in Tekkit Legends. We don't do mod spotlights, but I needed new barrels, and I thought, you know what? I can make an episode out of this, and I did, and I'm happy with it. So thank you folks for tuning in. Next time, oh, what do we have next time? I think we have another mini-sode, because there's an item that I forgot to build in our mobile power. And when I say forgot, I mean I didn't even know it existed. So expect a mini-sode tomorrow. And after that, we've probably got, I know exactly what we're getting into, and it's something I'm really excited about. So I'll see you folks then. Bye.
There's no one. Micah! What are you doing here?
Do you know what day it is, Micah?
Wednesday?
It's hump day!
Oh, great.
It's hump day, Micah! It's hump day!
Steve, wait up.